Hi all, welcome back to my drum channel, Trevor Gollagher Drums. I was just sitting around here doing a little bit of practice on a pad upstairs. I'm not downstairs in my house. I have a music studio as well as a room where I have a drum kit set up and I can practice in there at full volume. So, but a lot of my personal practice I do on a pad upstairs, nice and quiet, so I don't annoy my neighbours too much. And I was sitting around here thinking I would share a little thing that I do with my practice. So let's just start here with drumsticks. When I'm out there performing in the world, 99.9% of the time, I use these sticks. These are a Vic Firth Modern Jazz collection. The actual stick model number is an MJC5. So it's sort of like a 5A with a nylon tip. But the Jazz series are actually a little bit longer than a normal 5A. And the taper on the shaft is a little bit different as well. And they just feel good to me to play with these. They've got a nice thickness to them without being too thick. They've got a nice weight, and I just find I love playing with this model stick. However, when I'm practicing, I've got into the habit of doing my practice with a bigger drumstick, a thicker, a heavier drumstick. And these guys here, which are called, they're Vic Firth as well, and these are called Extreme 5A. So these are actually a bit longer than my performance stick. They're definitely a lot thicker, and they're a little bit more thicker down the shaft. The stick I perform with tapers earlier than these, and so they feel big and chunky and weighty. But so I do a lot of my pad practice with these, and they help me, especially if I'm doing fast things and using my fingers. They just help me work my fingers and wrists and everything a little bit harder than I would with the sticks that I perform with. And the theory behind that, well, in my head anyway, is if I can do everything clean and sharp with a thicker stick, when I pick up my lighter stick, it should be a lot easier to do, and therefore probably even sharper again. And I have actually found that seems to be the case. So all you drummers out there, when you do your practice, go and buy yourself a set of drumsticks, probably a bit bigger than you would normally use when you're performing, and practice with them. And you could even practice, the old school way too. Get yourself a non-bouncy pillow and do a lot of your practice on that as well. And that makes you really work your fingers and wrists and all that. And when you go to actually hit a pad after that, or a drum, it's easier to do. So a couple of things to think about. I won't waffle on too long in this video. So when you practice, use a drumstick a little bit heavier. And if you really want to give yourself a workout, do some of your rudiments on a pillow. You'll be surprised how hard it is to do it if you've never done it before. And if you can get good on a pillow, you'll be real killer on a drum kit. Anyway, I hope that's been helpful. Very short video, lots of information. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.